What's good, Joe? What's good? Uh, couple of hours ago, news broke that Canelo Alvarez ended his three-fight deal with PBC after just one fight. He went back to negotiations for his second fight. It was said that Canelo Alvarez was supposed to fight Jamal Charlo after Jamel Charlo. It was already in the contract. And if that didn't happen, he was allowed to go explore other options, and they cannot come to a deal for the Jamal Charlo fight. So now Canelo gets to go other places and look for other fights. And they say the leading candidates is Edgar Berlanga and Jaime Munguia. It's just obvious. Canelo, they say he's already in talks with Edgar Berlanga, and that's a huge cherry pick. Edgar Berlanga is not ready to compete with Canelo Alvarez. It's just that Edgar Berlanga is a draw. He just had a okay fight. He didn't even look that good. He just got a 6-round knockout against McCrory in Orlando, Florida last weekend. And I didn't even know this guy was in the running for a Canelo fight. I thought it was Benavidez, Charlo, and Munguia, and somebody else. But I didn't hear Edgar Berlanga's name in the running for a Canelo fight. And now, just out of nowhere, he's like most likely to get the fight next. He's already talking to Canelo about the fight. But they say that there was a little bit of negotiations going on about the Benavidez fight. Benavidez's father said that they accepted $5 million offer from Canelo, and the fight is just not being made. Canelo is supposed to get like $55 million to fight Benavidez. And it was also like, I heard it was a dispute about money, that PBC didn't want to give Canelo all the money up front for the Jamal Charlo fight. I heard it was like $35 million. They didn't want to pay him up front. They didn't want to pay him up front. And, considering how Jamel Charlo just went in there and looked, why would you want to drop a big bag on Jamal, who's not even as sharp as Jamel, being out the ring for so long? He just fought on the Benavidez undercard, but he's not looking like he's in condition to really compete with a Canelo right now. So, of course, we don't really want that fight, but I heard that it was in the contract. That's what I read, that it was in the contract that he was supposed to get the Jamal Charlo fight as his second fight. And Canelo stood on that. I don't know, why would he want to, if you really looking to compete, why would you want to fight Jamal next anyway? Just look for a different fight. So I don't really know what's up with the Benavidez situation though. The Benavidez situation, it seemed like it might be money problems there too. Or I don't really think Canelo want to fight Benavidez anyway, because I feel like Benavidez stops him. I feel like he stops him, and Canelo knows the danger of that fight. So he ain't really try to make too much effort to really get that fight done, even though Benavidez just announced uh fight at 175 with Goosestick, a guy that gave Archer Beterbiev a run for his money, but he lost to Beterbiev in the 12th round. I don't know, I never seen the dude since, but he's got a fight with Benavidez. So it just was clear to them that even though they accepted the 5 million, they wasn't getting the fight. You know, I because when they first announced the fight, it seemed like it was kind of early to be doing that. He should have waited on Canelo a little longer, but I be thinking by the time we be figuring out the stuff, it'd be like days and probably a week, you know, after it actually happens that we figure out what happens. So, but yeah, though, Canelo out. Oh, my bad. I fell off for a second, but Canelo Alvarez, he's going to go back to the zone, and he got the options of Berlanga and Munguia, which are fights that will bring money but small risk. Those guys don't really have a huge chance against Canelo, and that's been his MO ever since he lost the Floyd fight. Lowest risk, highest pay. It is what it is. And Jaime Munguia, I think he got a better chance to beat him than Berlanga because his punch volume, he do got a little chin. He looks bigger than Canelo. It'll be an entertaining fight, but Jaime Munguia never fought nobody in like 40 something fights. And a little bit of somebody he did fight, he struggled. Look at what Derevyanchenko did to him after all those losses he had. He was able to rough up Jaime Munguia. We don't really know what Jaime Munguia is, and he don't deserve a Canelo fight over Benavidez, who actually tried to fight Munguia himself, and Munguia turned it down. Of course, Munguia turned down Janibek. He turned down Carlos Adames. Fights like that. He called out Charlo for a little second. He showed a little cojones, but other than that, he's ducked all top competition. But this is crazy. Canelo went and collected a bag from PBC and escaped without having to fight David Benavidez. Right now, that Benavidez fight do not look like it's going to happen. If anytime, if it don't look like it's going to happen at all. You know what I mean? Canelo found his way out, y'all. It's sad to see, but that's just what it is. He's back to safety with Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn's gonna protect Canelo. Eddie Hearn miscalculated the biffle, but he outside of that, he's protected Canelo. So it is what it is, man. David Benavidez, his big fights now will probably be, try to get better Beaver Bivol. And if that takes too long, I don't know if he should move back down and fight David Morrell. If anything, he should have fought Morrell now. Because why move up and wait? David Morrell probably ain't moving up and wait no time soon. It's like the more you fight, the more they gonna call for you to fight David Morrell. You should have got that out the way. Now you finna go up to 175 and what? Stay there and wait like 3 or 4 fights to get a better Beaver Bivol while they on the way out or something, or they probably won't even fight him and probably vacate the belts. So you probably went up to 175 for no reason. Because David Morrell, he's just the interim champion, just like Benavidez. He's pretty much waiting on Canelo to drop the belts because Canelo for sure ain't fighting no damn David Morrell. And he got an excuse. Nobody knows him and shit or whatever. It is what it is. I'm for sure that Morrell probably would stop Canelo, even with his little 10, 11 fights. So Benavidez and Morrell is going to be the next big thing, in my opinion, in 168, 175. Unless there's some unknown 175ers that I don't know about. There's a young fighter, Atif Alberton. He's from like Philly, but he only got like 7, 8 fights. So I don't think he's going to like fight a Morrell or Benavidez right now. It's gonna be Benavidez and Morrell, and he'll probably be next up around then. He'll probably have about 17, 18 fights by the time they fight. And he'll probably be ready to fight one of them. Yeah, but Benavidez, he might have to start just looking somewhere else. He might not be getting that Canelo fight. It's just too hard. They offered Canelo a Benavidez fight about 4, 5 times. And he has been creating his own path, fighting Caleb Plant and Andre in back-to-back fights. But right now, it's just not looking good. And expect Canelo to fight Berlanga next because, hey, they already in talks. And he left PBC, so that's just what it's looking like right now.